What's up, guys? My name's Collins Newey. Post Up is my stream, and I'm thrilled to be bringing you guys the 2024 US Open Championships out of Griff's Bar and Billiards. We're gonna be bringing you US Open 10 ball, US Open 8 ball, US Open bank pool, and US Open 1 pocket straight through every day till March 16th. We're bringing it to you live from Griff's Bar and Billiards right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Hey, I just wanna let you guys know, I don't treat my stream like a typical pool stream. I don't treat it like that sports broadcast model. I treat it like I'm hanging out with you guys at home in the chat, super interactive, fun, lighthearted. We get down and we have a good time. The best part is, if you don't like that style, you can just hit the mute button and enjoy some of the best pool in the world. It's basically a who's who of the best players from around the world. Either way, come check it out and let's have some fun.
Well, what do you think about the conditions with the new, like the tables just being redone recently? And
well, the TV table has been redone
today.
Today,
yeah,
which was a little bit rough, honestly, because I played on new cloth the first match, then I played on the other table. I think it was 11 or something,
right?
Which was totally different than back to TV table. It's always tough. I mean, we're pros; we get used to it quite quickly, I would say. But sometimes you just need maybe a few racks to get back in stroke. But it was nice. It was nice to play.
When you played John Mora, man, I saw the struggle between both of you in the beginning, but you got your cue ball dialed so quickly. It was really impressive.
Yeah, of course. If I can choose play on new cloth or a little bit used, of course I would choose a new one.
Yeah. More options.
No, of course. I think the game is a little bit easier. And moving the cue ball is easier. Of course, pocketing the balls is a little bit easier. But yeah, I played quite good. He was a little bit unlucky in the beginning, but that's part of the game.
That's how it goes. We were just talking about that at the end of the last match with the break, where Filler was looking like really strong and controlling the table really well, and then he goes to break, not his last break where he broke Hill,
the
but
one
the one
before
that, where the 5-ball last ball rolling just marries to the cue ball. It's like luck is gonna happen. Bad luck is gonna happen. He hit the break pretty good too. Yeah,
I lost twice. Hill, one time against Carlo, one time against Josh. Both on the TV table, and both broken ran on Hill.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Day one.
So I had a little bit of a deja vu there.
Yeah, you think? Wow. And you were against Carlo. You fought back too, right? Was Carlo in the lead that match?
Yeah.
But you and Filler were pretty much back and forth for most of the set.
Yeah.
Lee Van, I don't know if you've spent any time watching him, but he is post-break moving really well, like making good decisions and...
Yeah, his game is incredible. I mean, it's what an achievement it is. I mean, I don't want to...
I don't
want to talk about bad about him, but his technique, everything, and the way he plays the game and what kind of shots he pulls out at a certain stage of the matches is just absolutely incredible.
It's unbelievable. It really is. We actually got a shot yesterday right down the barrel of his stroking action, and it's like, because someone thought, ooh, close on the 10 ball. Playing a two-way shot, doesn't get behind the 6 ball.
And opened up the 9 ball. It's a little bit easier there now.
But Shane, on the other hand, I'm just kind of speculating at this point. It seems to me like Lee Van's been winning a lot of his matches, still undefeated. Obviously, this being the hot seat match, a lot of his matches have been, and not to say that he hasn't had his fair amount or his hand in breaking runs, but he's been doing a lot of things after the break to manufacture wins. Where Shane has essentially just been steamrolling people and has all of his breaks are almost all his breaks are converting to break and runs and or controlling the table really well off his break, and so
of course his break is incredible. I would actually say it's a little bit too hard, because you see others, like if you compare it with Fedor, he breaks probably with half the speed and controls the 1 ball a little bit more, or like Josh.
Here we go, Lee Van experiencing the brand new cloth of the day.
He hasn't played there, right? He played on the other table against Vitaly. So it's a little bit different.
It's only about a week's difference, maybe only 4 days difference, but just the fact that the cloth has been sitting on the table long enough, had some play on it, a little bit of chalk dust with the night crowd that comes in over the evening, you know what I mean? And it's gotten hot and cold a couple times,
Yeah.
warmed up and cooled off a couple times. It's just totally different. This is the original stretch that we're playing on right now. What do you think of that Town Max rack?
Looks good. it does what it should do. So it racks properly. I think it's great. I like it much better than the paper racks from Aquastats, I believe.
Yeah, those kind of thicker paper racks.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them. So no, it's good and it looks good.
It's also got kind of I would imagine what Turtle Rack had originally intended with the circle in the middle, intending it to be easier to remove when balls are clustered near the rack or whatever. I think the shape kind of, it seems like it would lend to make that a little bit easier as well. They found an interesting shape.
So,
Man got a funny angle here.
Yeah, just roll it in. Only focus on the shot.
Kind of blind.
Yeah.
No problem.
So yeah, I was thinking about if there's any other pool player on tour that plays like he does, you know, with technique, like a very, very short stroke, and gets so much out of it.
Also with the cue tucked underneath his body, so his hand like comes around his body as he's going through the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. So first game goes to the Van of the Lee persuasion.
2 tournaments and still undefeated. I think he won the Alpha Las Vegas Open.
Oh, that's right.
Undefeated.
And he didn't get invited to the World Pinball.
Yeah, I mean it's hard when it's like 2 days before, you know, all the players are already there. I mean there has been no walkover or something at the World Championships, so it's hard to just give him a spot and
Big break in Shane Van Boening. Talk about interesting technique with the way he moves his wrist. But so proven, such a proven track record. Like the proven track record.
No, I mean, he's probably a player who put the most time in practicing the break. I think he told me once if he does only like practicing the break, it's like 6 hours or something.
Yeah, straight. Oh, I got people in the chat asking now. I could give you one of these. I just realized I could pop one out for you. But let me do that first. Right here. Should be small enough where it's not in the way. Is that readable, or do you want a little bigger?
A little bigger, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. People in the chat asking who I'm talking with. We got Albin Ocean in the booth, guys. If you want to wave at that camera right there.
Oh, we're here.
There.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, there he is. Hanging out with you guys at home.
So
Shane went after the one, it looked like, and
yeah, I missed it, but got away with it. I think you can see the edge of the one ball. Probably, I don't know if he.
But you're not really heading towards cover by thinning it.
Yeah, he might thin it with inside and go maybe behind the 6 and 5.
Try to achieve the 5 and 6, yeah.
Watch out for
Hey,
the cue
hey,
ball.
hey, hey. Dude, look how fast Shane gets up. He just sprints to the table when he sees he gets ball in hand. He starts just drooling, foaming at the mouth, man. I love that passion and the hunger, you know, that you guys have. It's exciting to watch. Shane getting a little taste of the new cloth there in that stroke, huh? Obviously good line, but still maybe surprising him just how fresh the cloth is.
And then there was another taste of the new cloth.
Yeah. You
It's
got
swap-
that. You got
Yeah,
that taste a
yeah.
number of times in that
Yeah.
same pocket. There was the one that you and Filler were laughing at each
Yeah.
other about. You couldn't believe it fell in, and the number of a couple times you came up short on position, but still was able to figure a way through the rack because of hitting the ball thick and it's still going. Oh yeah, what do you think of that Matchroom tournament coming up? The World 9-ball this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's super exciting. I mean, that's where the money is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at what they do in soccer and whatever, golf, it's incredible.
It's unbelievable.
And
yeah.
I think it's a big step in the right direction for pool. I mean, they go there with snooker as well. I think also boxing. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. 1 million prize fund. It's incredible.
If you were to speculate, obviously we don't have any insider information, right? Or if you were to give an opinion of what you think with a $1 million prize fund, while keeping in mind that they've said that all qualifiers will get some type of pay for showing, for playing. What in your mind is reasonable with that prize fund
for the
first prize? What do you think should be a good goal in your opinion?
I mean, if you look at the purse in the previous events, let's say if it's like 300k, or I think US Open is like 350 or something, so first gets 60.
So if you ran the numbers similarly, you're thinking somewhere around 200?
I would say 150, 125, 150, I would say.
Okay.
I think the field is 128. They probably pay last 64, I would say. I would think maybe 150.
Okay.
But yeah, it could be maybe 200.
Yeah, that's actually, you're the first person that I've heard say something under 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
people are hoping, obviously, for the big payday. That's what it is. It's like everyone thinks, oh, yeah, it'd be great if the first prize could win this much money or whatever. But, yeah, interesting topic of discussion. SVB doing his work.
Yeah,
the game.
Normally it's like, I would say approximately 6 times from the total purse. So, yeah, I would think of 150.
Yeah. You guys have any fun in Vegas outside of pool? Go party with anyone? Have some fun?
Well, I finally have a day off tomorrow.
That's right, because you guys came straight from...
Yeah, I played pretty much every tournament till almost the last day. So I don't know. I don't even know what day it is. I mean, there's party 24/7 in Vegas, but I don't know. Yeah, probably get a few drinks finally and recover.
Who do you hang out with in this group?
Well, Max mostly. I share a room with him.
Max and Mario.
Mario Sanchez is together with Mario in the room. Josh might be playing tomorrow, but he's also not really a drinker.
Sure.
No, probably Sanchez, Mario, and Max.
Okay.
Gonna do something tonight.
Nice. Well, we'll want to hear about all the shenanigans at some point. At some point, if things get wild. You guys deserve it, man. You work so freaking hard.
Yeah. Well, I just saw a question about if it's easier to go from new cloth to used one or vice versa. I would say it's easier, I think, going from used to new cloth.
I think I'm actually going to put this up here for you. So that way, if you want to read the chat, you can see it up there.
Yeah.
And then this way you have a full screen to see what they are seeing.
Alvin's choice of drink. Well, in the US, my favorite drink is Bud Light. I don't know.
Oh, really?
It's so easy to drink,
Yeah.
and
oh man, Alvin,
we
I gotta
don't-
show you some good beer, man.
well,
I'm a craft beer snob. I treat beer like wine.
I'm actually a red wine drinker.
Uh-huh.
But also, I don't know if I do a cocktail, probably a Moscow Mule.
Yeah.
That's
classic.
something good.
Yeah, I'm a West Coast IPA. West Coast style, sorry, East Coast style IPA, the juicy ones, you know, the hazy ones. And then I like a Manhattan. The Bullet Manhattan is the go-to for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No real complications in this rack, huh? It wasn't, and it's Lee Van's break, right? Lee Van broke on this one. It's looking like another break and run. No wonder these guys are in the hot seat match. There's been a fair amount of, in this whole tournament, right? Alternate break, right? There's been a fair amount of fighting post-break. Especially on the TV table. Up till today, I think we've seen the most break and runs today, actually, probably because of the slicker cloth. But
Yeah. There's a question. Where is he now? Who was interested in pool first? Well, obviously my sister is 5 years older. She won already a few tournaments when I started playing pool. I started with around 6, so she was 11. She won some junior tournaments already in our state.
yeah, wow.
I don't know if she already won European Championships by then. But yeah, she started definitely first.
And now, in your opinion, there's always the discussion outside of the game, right? Like, there's always the people outside of your world and your bubble that will look from the outside and see, oh, there must be some talent, there must be something in the bloodline or whatever it is, you know, in their opinions. But, like, in your opinion, what do you think it is that has kind of most helped, like, cultivate both of you to that level of excellence, right? And you're starting to see the same thing with the Kachi brothers, right? It seems to happen a lot when you have somebody in the same family that plays at that high level. Another example out of Texas, there's a couple juniors out of Texas, the Lazaro brothers, or not Lazaro, the Martinez brothers. Lazaro and Gabriel Martinez are a couple of juniors that both play jam up pool, like 700 plus, maybe 750 plus.
Yeah,
Fargo
I actually
pool.
saw that Martinez guy. I think he won the junior US Open or something,
Yeah.
or any junior Open at any tournament of
at
Matchroom.
the SVB Open, I think.
Oh yeah, SVB
Might have
Open.
been,
Yeah,
yeah.
he won. Yeah.
Yeah, so what, in your opinion, what is that? Do you think it's just because you're around each other and you see the other person working so hard that you go work real hard?
In my case, it was that actually between us we never had a fight or who's better or whatever. But of course the other ones outside want to see a fight. Always ask who's better, blah blah blah. You know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So basically, what gave me, I would say, a huge boost was that I never had a name. I was always Jasmine's brother.
Aha.
So until I think I reached the final of the World 9 Ball in 2014, where people recognized me.
Sure.
And because obviously I was never really deep in the tournaments, maybe quarterfinal, whatever. But then I felt like I had a name.
Yeah.
So that actually gave me, I would say, boost, and also the passion to practice more and dedication. So that helped me a lot, and that could be also the case for many others.
Yeah, and I think also something that maybe you didn't like consciously address, but you kind of glazed over. It's that you both have that competitive, fire, right? But then you had somebody to compete with at that level.
Yeah, of course,
Right.
of course.
Yeah, that's interesting.
No, it was also nice. I mean, she showed me pretty much everything about traveling and so on, what I need, what I should think of, take care of.
Right.
And so she helped me a lot. And now we're practicing with each other. She knows that probably one of my biggest skills is the defensive game. So she tries to learn from me. And we keep on practicing a few times. We played now the doubles match together. And so yeah,
Oh, that's right. You played. There was a doubles event.
Yeah, we played against Chung and Chu first round. We lost in the third set.
Got it. Okay.
But it could have gone either way.
Yeah. I think a lot of that event could have gone either way. There were a couple of fairly stacked teams, but everybody reasonably even.
I just saw if I have a nickname. Well, I had already a bunch of nicknames. The one I chose for myself was actually, it was because of a movie. I don't know what the name is in English, but it was called a Mean Machine.
Okay.
Because it's a movie with Adam Sandler where he's in prison.
Meme machine? Or
mean.
Like you're angry.
Yeah.
Mean. Yeah.
And where Adam Sandler, he has to go to prison, and then he's there and becomes a coach in football.
Okay, yeah, it's called The Longest Yard.
Longest Yard, yeah.
It's
with
actually
Chris Rock.
It was a remake of an older film.
Yeah, and I really liked that movie. It was fun, entertaining to watch, and I don't know, I just picked it up. And then Alex Lely actually came up to me and said that doesn't fit me actually, and he would.
You're too nice of a guy, man.
He called me the smooth operator.
Yeah, okay, I can totally hear Alex Lely saying it too. That's funny. Smooth operator. What's your least favorite one that people like tried to take off? Was there any that you had like?
No,
not really.
Not really.
Okay. Have you known Mario and Max a long time?
Yeah, of course. We played already youth against each other.
Did you all? Who broke out first? It was you, right?
Yeah.
So you broke out first. Did you know that they were coming?
Of course. I mean, they were always there. Mario, crazy talented player. Max was like the hard worker, actually.
I can tell the way that Max is on the table.
Yeah.
He has this like intensity.
Yeah. And super hard worker, and I think he's a great player. And he proved it a lot of times by getting second US Open or International Open. But it's like that little edge they still need. Same with Mario. I mean, he reached like, I don't know how many semifinals and quarterfinals. But in the end, he always maybe made wrong decisions under pressure, whatever.
Right.
But sooner or later, they will be there.
Speaking of
no
decisions,
worries.
Shane's got a decision to make here.
Yeah, he lost the cue ball a little bit. I don't know if he tried to actually pop the 8 ball.
It looks like maybe he's just trying to thin the 3. He can see
Yeah.
it. Oh, no, he thought he could see it.
That's a big
maybe
mistake.
Maybe he could, but good. Good Lord, that is unexpected.
My favorite player to watch. Yeah, probably Josh.
Yeah.
I think it's just incredible. I mean, it's just pure talent. Obviously, he missed a shot against me, but you feel like he cannot miss. I mean, I think there's no other player that has so much confidence like he has. And we always knew if this guy really learns how to play the game, because like 10 years ago, it was kind of easy to beat him. You just play a little bit of safeties and whatever, but all that one pocket game.
He was one of those guys.
Yeah, of course he was going for everything.
Yeah,
you just play a little bit
because he just knew he was going to make it. If he had an open shot. Yeah, that's interesting.
But now it's just incredible. Also his knowledge and everything, and I think that one pocket helped him a lot.
Yeah.
To like really understand the game, how to play it, and see certain shots that others don't see.
You know what I also think about one pocket? Wow. Yikes. See how thick he hit that ball? It loses the cue ball again. Yeah, so the thing about one pocket for me that is a really good, almost like a life lesson, is learning to appreciate the things that you didn't appreciate for. And what I mean by that is everybody starts learning to play pool, first of all, because they just want to figure out how to make the ball. And then they're excited about just making the ball. And then they learn that they can move the cue ball. And then they get excited about moving the cue ball while making the ball, right?
Yeah.
The ultimate level of that is once you're able to do a lot of that, little jelly roll here off the 10.
Yeah.
Once you're able to do all that and you start playing one pocket, you need to learn how to appreciate the moves where you're not really intending to pocket a ball. You're not really intending to do something offensive, but it's almost like delayed gratification. You know, I think about it like guerrilla warfare, right? You're just kind of moving these pieces until you find the moment to strike and kill your opponent. You know?
Absolutely.
And if you can do all that and then bring it full circle and try to implement that type of mentality into all the other games too, it's what all you guys just do because you see the game. You know, you see the game at its rawest level, but.
Someone asked Earl or Efren. I mean, that's quite obvious, I would say. Efren, of course. The first time I played Earl was actually like 3 years ago or something at the straight pull event in Norfolk or Virginia Beach. And it was the very first time I played him. And he got disqualified after. Because for some reason he started a fight with the players on the next table because he felt like they interrupted his shot or whatever, but it was definitely not the case. I think he's a very nice guy off the table.
Yeah.
But just has some problems, as we all know.
Oops, looks like we got some spam in the chat I gotta go take care of.
Yeah.
Yeah, Earl, I think has done. You know, it's almost like the whole thing of him going to the Mosconi Cup and playing in that too. The opinions that people have that it was just like a publicity thing, regardless of whether or not that's the case. The reality is, what his personality has done for the game is ultimately a good thing. Now, I know that some people that have to maybe deal with it in the moment when it's not like the most tasteful thing to have to deal with, you know what I mean? It's like I understand that can be, you know, a certain side of the discussion, but I think the man's a real interesting character.
Yeah.
As a spectator, you know what I mean? I'm totally outside the pro scene, so
I mean, he's one of the all-time greats for sure.
Yeah.
But I think he could have been even better if he wouldn't blame everyone else for missing a shot or I don't know, the chalk, the balls, the table, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of getting to know Albin right now. I've never met the guy before, so.
Can you tell me about the Max match? You have a score?
The current score? Yeah, we can take a look.
Might be already over.
It looks like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
9-4.
Billy got him.
Yeah, Billy played some incredible matches. I mean, when he's on fire, it's tough to beat him.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a little bit short here. Wanted to go behind the 9. Yeah, both struggling with the new cloth a little bit.
Yeah, the slide as well, and like trying to judge exactly how long or short. Because here's the interesting thing about this setup, though. The rails have been broken in for a week, right? So the way the ball grips the rail will be different from the way the ball grips the bed, right? So you might get lengthening of a kick due to the overspin, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you won't get the normal lengthening of the kick because of the cue ball sliding literally on the rail, you know what I mean? So it's like an interesting thing to try to get the hang of, I'm sure, like in the heat of the moment, playing a hot seat match. Where's Lee Van going here? Two-way shot. Did he call the one? Or was this all outside?
Yeah, he might have called it.
Yeah.
But it was a good shot. Probably kick it from behind. I don't know if he can hit full ball from behind.
It looks like I think he can from the short rail. I don't know about the long rail. It looks like the 3 might be, or the 9 might be in the way. 3 and 9. If you kick off the short rail, you're playing the speed. You're trying to hit the cue ball, or sorry, the 1 ball up to get cover with the 9, 3, and 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends how fat he can hit it. was a good shot.
Real good. And he got the cue ball to drift towards the 9, but he doesn't quite get there. He's got an easy escape here, or escape to the hit.
Yeah, to hit, yeah.
But maybe not. I kind of like here trying to intentionally like thin this side of the one, like off the kick. You know what I mean? So the one comes this way, and the cue ball wants to travel back down this way. The only thing that could possibly go wrong is this side if you catch a funny tangent line. But
yeah, and he might always leave maybe a jump shot if he doesn't go like perfectly behind 9 or 10. Depends on what he's able to do here.
What are you looking at here?
It's hard to see if you can see like half ball or just the edge or.
He can see the ball.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he had a full hook behind the 9.
Easier escape.
And he came up short, honestly. Like you would pick Levan to be the one to split him on the 8 most of the time. But now SVB checking the line where the 1 ball's going to go as he buries. Oh!
Yeah, like a two-way shot. Tries to miss it thick.
Missed it long. And it falls. Wow. There you go.
That was strange.
Gotta like it.
There's a question, who's the GOAT of pool? It's also obvious. I think it's Efren, of course. And it's funny because, I mean, you see it everywhere. The GOAT debate in I don't know how many sports. Doesn't matter if it's basketball, if it's tennis, whatever. I'm a huge tennis fan, and I'm also a huge Federer fan. For me, Federer will always be the GOAT. Doesn't matter how many
punch stroke, Jesus,
how many Grand Slams Djokovic wins, or like Jordan will always be the GOAT, because it's not about how many tournaments you win. It's how you like impacted the game.
Yes, that's exactly the
and
thing.
And it's the same with Efren.
Yeah.
Because he was a funny character. Everyone loved him. Actually, I just said to Josh yesterday, for me, you're the greatest player, but you can never be, or the best player, but you will never be the GOAT. Because Efren just played the game differently, and he was a character everyone loved.
Yeah.
And it's the same in tennis.
It's going to be almost impossible for someone to revolutionize the game the way that Efren did.
Absolutely. And still does, actually. I mean, he still plays unbelievable. I couldn't believe when he won against Alex 1 pocket at Derby, like last year, I believe.
Right.
And Alex, I would say he's top 2 in 1 pocket. So, yeah, definitely Efren. And, see always the debates on Facebook about LeBron or Jordan and whatever.
You know, you hear stories also about pool, about some of the older names, right? Like I was very embarrassingly exposed to the idea of I've never heard of up until like 6 months ago or whenever the stream was. A guy named Luther Lassiter, who was at the time the kind of guy almost like the Josh Filler of the time, where he would literally go full weekends without missing, or full tournament weekends without missing a single ball, and just completely crushing fields and stuff. And it's like, well, the difference is you may have people now or then who might be better at, like, you know, pocketing the balls or dealing with cheating the pocket. Maybe back then somebody could do fantastic things with the cue ball because the pockets were 5 inches.
Look at the cue
ball.
Look
at this kiss straight in the corner. How cold is that? But you
what a cruel game sometimes.
Yeah. But you get what I'm saying with the reality is Efren was so well-rounded with everything he did and introduced so many new ideas and almost like a new way of thinking that to this day no one can replicate exactly as consistently as he does, right? And it's like you might see elements of his game like in someone like Carlo Biotto, right? They'll do something just astonishing with their cue ball or something, right? Astonishing shot making, But then the fact that Efren was able to just think up all those things on the fly in the moment and execute them flawlessly so many times, forget about it.
Yeah.
He's trying to find a follow path here. What's he looking at here? What's he looking at with the 2-ball here?
I don't know if he
Is he
maybe just go on the 10 or something and play safety. Oh, that's...
Oh boy. Never good when you can't access the whole cue ball.
Well, he can still like hit a half ball, go with the cue ball behind the 10.
He just put his the tip of his cue where he wants the 2-ball.
Let's see. Wow, that
It's
was
going to go a little
terrible
short.
hit.
Yeah,
Hit it way too fat.
way too thick. Little short there. Which actually would make sense when you're jacking up over the ball, right? Your arm comes up this way, and as you go through the ball, it's easy for that when the tip goes offline, it tends to go towards the chest side of your stroke, you know what I mean? Which would, in that shot, have meant that he hits the ball thick. Well,
I was all in.
yeah, all in, given an opportunity, and he bet on himself, and the opponent flopped quads. Do you play any? Do you gamble at all? You play poker, anything like that?
No,
No.
no. I see too many players lose,
Yeah.
and I work too hard for my money, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I think in the last, let's say 7 years that I come here, I think I played for like $50 with with Max just for fun on a slot machine.
Yeah.
And no,
That's cool, man. What do you do? What do you do outside of pool, though? What do you get a kick out of? This is obviously you get a kick out of this game, obviously, but
Yeah, I
there's
mean-
got to be more.
yeah, I mean we're traveling like 200 days per year. I got a daughter. She's 8. So, well, there's not much time. Obviously, we still have to practice. I really love to play tennis. I do a lot of sports like cycling,
Yeah, you
running,
look,
whatever,
obviously, you look
swimming.
very fit, so you must be quite active.
Yeah, so everything takes a lot of time. So
Yeah.
honestly, when I'm back home, I just enjoy peace. Finally, you know, just sit on the terrace, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and have a coffee, do I don't know Sudoku or something, you
Sure.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quite relaxed.
You get all your action from this game. You get all your like
Yeah.
stimulation and excitement, and you like to kind of unwind.
Yeah, it takes a lot of energy. Also
Yeah.
with the jet lag, always when you come back
Oh,
home.
Yeah. SVB with a gift from Lee Van. What Rolex is Alvin wearing? Salim Adabar. I know Sal. He's from Sacramento. Even if it isn't a Rolex, it's nicer than your watch, Sal.
The questions fly in, so it's
Oh,
hard
it
for
goes
me
so
to.
fast. It goes so fast.
But guys, if someone spells my name wrong,
I was gonna say,
You know,
how does
it's-
Alvin actually earn a living? I don't know who you're talking to, Chris Cap. There's no Alvin in the pool hall, not that I know of.
I'm not a chipmunk. Who do you hate playing the most?
Oh my God, that's such a sick break. The one ball had too much speed on it, though. The one ball actually had so much speed on it that it came up this way and tickied out of the pocket and still came back out to here. Do you have a least favorite player to play against? Without putting anybody specifically on blast, but
honestly, it was Mike DeShane.
Okay, yeah. Well,
yeah, I think that's
easy
think to understand.
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say I don't think that's an unpopular opinion.
And also when you lose his like hand twist. Have you ever seen it?
No.
With the handshake, he twists your wrist, like pulls it down.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I have videos and pictures of it. It was the first time I played him. He also threw my chalk like 10 feet behind him because I left it on the table. It was in...
I just wouldn't shake his... Did you stop shaking his hand?
Oh, well, you have to. It was at the Mosconi Cup.
Oh, at the Cup. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's quite famous for it.
Man, Shane went all in as well here. The 3 ball now was tied up with the 8. Again, saying that the 3 doesn't go to the top left corner. Used to go to the bottom left, but now the 5 rolls in and takes away that pocket. So even if Levan can swerve, make this ball, and have a reasonable shot on the 2, the run out is... he needs to be able to get up to some kind of bank on the 3. I don't think there's any safeties on offer here either. Look at this. Look at this.
Wow.
Look at this. Nudging the 3 out as well. Is the 2 cuttable in the side pocket without letting the cue ball go? No, it isn't. Interesting spot.
I'm sorry, guys. I tried to read the chat, but the comments and questions come in so quick.
I think they all understand.
Yeah.
You want to know how many people are watching right now? It's easy to understand that it's tough to read when you got 5,000 people on YouTube and almost 2,000 on Facebook. So
And it's all one chat.
it's all one chat.
All
yeah.
right.
So you got almost 7,000 people watching.
I actually just see now my favorite game to play or practice since I'm probably 8 or something. I always start with straight pull.
Oh yeah.
I still do. I think it's a great game,
Yeah.
especially to start the day. You do many shots. You do short strokes, long strokes, 3 rail position, short position. You got to
Yeah.
think ahead, like 10 balls sometimes.
And being smart with the cluster breakouts and
Yeah,
being very
absolutely.
intentional with everything that
Absolutely.
you do. Yeah.
So that's what I still do for an hour when I start practice.
Yeah.
And look, when I was like 8 or something, every day we played straight pull for 6, 8, 10 hours, raced to
Yeah.
500, raced to 1,000, whatever.
Shane's jumping here and trying to put the cue ball, keep the cue ball on the side of the table where the 2 is now, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was a nice
Full hit.
yeah, I see the question here with Josh. Josh shot, I think it was yesterday, right, with the foul.
Yes.
Look, in Europe, it would be 100% a foul.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what you do. I mean, I've seen worse things
Mm-hmm.
happening, like Vitaly. I think he moved the 8 ball like 20 inches when he was, I think, playing a swerve or something around a ball or jumping. I don't remember anymore. So, but it was a foul because the 9 or the 2 ball hit
Came
the
around
9.
the table and hit the 9, yeah.
So honestly, I mean, maybe Josh didn't think about it. I mean, I cannot really tell. He was actually quite, or he was feeling terrible after he read all these comments. He said he got, I don't know how many messages from people telling him,
yeah.
accusing him that he's cheater and blah, blah, blah. I mean, he still lost the match. And, I mean, it can happen
Wow.
that he didn't think of it.
What a shot here by SVB.
So I think, but yeah, obviously people always judge quite hard. So for
It's
me,
easy to do from behind the keyboard, but I don't know if you heard or have talked to Josh about it or not, but he did an interview with Mike on Windows Open, and he basically said because the rule set is different from what he deals with in Europe, he actually thought that because he touched the 9 with his cue and he didn't foul on the cue ball,
Yeah,
that the
that
definition
was
of cue
correct.
ball fouls only
Yeah.
means it's not a foul.
yeah.
And so,
To be honest, I would have not known what the rule is. If it's only cue ball foul and hit the 9 with the cue, but it would be a foul because the 2 hit the 9.
Sure.
I would have never known that. I mean, I also don't play that many tournaments with that rule in the US.
right.
But to be honest, I mean, U.S. is the only country where there are rules like that only cue ball foul. I mean, we never played it all year.
Yeah,
foul is a foul. Doesn't
obviously
matter.
we essentially use the rule because in a lot of, well, basically every tournament in America, we don't have any refs, and so it's on the opposing player to help hold somebody accountable, like in a moment like that. Now, Levan knew it was a foul, but he didn't see it happen. Levan was watching the cue ball jump over the ball, trying to make sure that he didn't touch the ball that he was jumping over. And so, even though Levan knew it was the foul after the fact, it's just a sticky situation where both players working in good faith, you know, something comes out and looks optically bad.
Yeah, I think you cannot really judge Josh for that.
Yeah.
But
SVB thinking through this spot here.
Yeah, I mean,
I was gonna say it's kind of tough to get enough on the 2 ball where it can get to the short rail and then get back out while still keeping the
3
cue
ball
ball
past the 5 to the corner.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, it's a close call.
He's trying to get it to the short rail, but he doesn't want to lose the cue ball. I think that's why he's taking so long. He's trying to bank the 2 ball 3 rails out, but not lose the cue ball from behind the cluster. He called the pocket. Oh, well, there you go. He wasn't calling the pocket. He was gesturing where he wanted to put the 2 ball.
That's a tough safety.
Yeah. You can see the point on the rail that we can access. And it's not much to work with. And I think that kicking straight into the short rail or long rails out of the question too, because where the 8's sitting.
No chance. Yeah,
the 8's sitting right there.
I'm actually looking on a 5. No, was it a 4 railer?
This way?
Like short? No, the other short, long.
Oh
short,
yeah,
long,
yeah.
Between
but then
10,
missing the traffic
10,
here.
Yeah, but yeah, he might.
That's a tall order. Going for the Masse. Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah. And
unbelievable hit, and then gets the.
That's a good try.
Wow, from that spot, that is a sick try.
I still got a lot to do here. Got to play the bank. I don't know. Needs a good angle to maybe draw back for the 4.
Yeah, if you make the bank on the 3 ball, I got to think that if he makes the bank on the 3 ball that he's out. Oh, and he took the slightly longer or wider angle, so it'll shorten up a bit when he draws back to the 4. Like so.
Well, that's not ideal.
SVB just looking for an excuse to get his stroke underneath him. He's been moving the cue ball, 2, 3, 4 rails all the time on his runouts in all the matches before this one. But Levan's kind of slowed him down a little bit here. And this rack, especially, obviously, with the balls tied up. How long are you in town for? Are you staying for anything beyond the 8 ball, or are you...
8 ball, then we go to Boston.
Going to Boston, yeah.
And then we go to Connecticut for the PLP. Then
That's right. That's right. You're in the PLP. That's great. I can't wait to watch that. I probably won't follow Boston as closely because I'll be all pooled out after watching pool for 12 hours a day for 2 weeks straight. But definitely PLP.
Yeah, a lot of pool there.
Whoa! just staring at the cue ball. Can't believe that it slid so far along the tangent line after he came off the 8.
Honestly, on the outside tables, that he would have scratched like 100% because they come out way shorter. And he also played it without spin or anything.
Yeah. Levan just mean mugging that cue ball, man. Just. Let's take a quick look at the the other matches we got going on here, guys.
Yes, sir. I think we got Billy against Vitaly, Josh against Daniel.
There we go. See how the players are feeling. Score here with we're gonna miss the break, just so you know, with Levan breaking, but we'll be back to that table shortly. Billy and Vitaly, sorry, are 3-1 in favor of Billy Thorpe. And then this match here with Daniel Maciel and Josh Filler, you can follow on Windows Open on Facebook. That is live streaming right now. That current score is 2-1 in favor of Josh Filler. Look at the rail, guys. Check out the rail. Just everybody's sweating it. This guy's sweating something else. Is Tony in some action over here, or did he leave? Tony was here earlier. Is that Tommy Medina? Right on.
Haven't seen JRB.
Let's head back to our van off. The fight of the vans. Lee Van Corteza and Shane Van Boening.
Who's the most satisfying player to beat? Definitely Josh.
Yeah.
Because for me, he's the best.
Yeah.
I think I actually wanted to see. I would pick. I don't care who's Josh playing on a 4-inch race to 125 or something 9-ball. I think there's no one on this planet who can beat Josh. I think because
on the tight table match room format,
and also the race, because I swear to God, you can wake him up at 3 a.m. and he can still do the same shots without practice, like 3 rails or frozen cue ball on the rail, punch in, whatever. Doesn't matter. He doesn't need any practice to play a perfect set. And I think he just proved it again at the Derby when he was playing for like 24 hours.
That was so ridiculous.
And he can do that all day. I mean, it's really rare to see him missing an easy shot. And you always got to play your A game. Everyone knows it.
Did you see how long that cue ball went off the rail because it had that overspin? I want to watch that back. It had like a little bend off the rail after he hit the 1. Let me see if I can pull that up. I might have been seeing things, but I'm pretty sure that's why he got an extra collision here, because his cue ball went off the expected line.
Have you ever tried to break the rack like Shane does? Well, yeah. And then I hit the wall. Well, I can break as hard as he can. But it's also about the technique. It's like he's like, how would you say, like he's going a little bit forward and getting like all the stroke into the cue ball. And
at the perfect elevation upon contact for the perfect pop.
Yeah, and it's also about timing, because if you go up too fast, you might lose the cue ball. If you go up too slow, you lose it.
Yeah.
But I think I found a way that how I can break well for a long time.
So
you don't have to break like Shane.
No.
There's no need to.
Lee Van's at the table right now running balls. I'm going to cut away. I know he's about to pocket the 3 ball. I don't think there's going to be any surprises here, but I think it's because of what happened right here. Watch the cue ball just have ever so little of an extra overturn off the rail. Do you see that? Just like a little extra slide.
Yeah. That's the difference between this table and the outside tables.
Yeah. Where if it didn't have that little, it's literally like a half a turn's worth of slide. If it didn't have that, he wouldn't have hit the 6 ball.
And change the match. And to be honest, I wouldn't even say anymore that Shane is the greatest breaker.
Currently.
Because I think he just breaks way too hard. He always needs some, I would say, like more. He needs more luck than the others because he's breaking so hard that the cue ball gets kicked more. The one ball has a speed where he cannot really control it. Like if you look at Federer's break, he like pops it, or Carlo. I mean, it's incredible. You cannot break any more effortless than Carlo does.
Do you remember I think it was called the Predator 1 challenge that happened during COVID, where everybody played from their own house and they did the scoring thing where you played on a webcam. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
When I watched Carlo in that tournament, at that time, I don't think there was a single person on the planet that could break 10 ball and do the break and runs the way that he did on his home table with his template rack, and he's racking. Take anyone else doing the same thing. I think his average, I think he was breaking and running like 85% of racks or 80 or 90% of racks or something like that. It's absolutely silly.
Yeah.
Because he was controlling it like you're talking about.
Well, that 9 ball.
It was 10 ball.
It's no. I mean the 9 ball.
Got you.
Yeah, his break is incredible. It's comes all from the wrist, and it's so effortless. It looks so easy. He jumps the cue ball back like perfect, and it's just so that would actually be a break I would like to practice.
Yeah,
because Shane's break, of course, it's good, but it's way too hard, and I think it's also more complicated to learn with like I don't know how to say, like push all the body first back and then into the shot, and also the timing. And Carlo is just the wrist. It's nothing else.
Yeah.
Or Fedor.
Carlo has just all around a much shorter, punchier stroke in general. Go.
You see, like he hit it pretty much dead perfect.
Right.
He made the 1 ball, but the cue ball is obviously the 2 ball is in a tough spot. But if you would look at Carlos' break, I think the cue ball would be like on the first diamond. If it would stop, if it would hit, it would be here.
Yeah.
Or like Fedor.
And also, the majority of the time, especially when, like, Shane is controlling these balls that are going in these pockets quite well right now. When Federer and Carlo are controlling those balls like that, the 1 ball, if the cue ball's here, the 1 ball is either ending up here or here, like, all the time.
Yeah. And it's the same in 9 ball with Shane. He's breaking, I would say, 20% harder than all the others.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. 100% I know who will win this match. It's Mr. Van. A nice one.
There's one thing I've learned on this planet. Nothing is 100%.
Oh, yeah. That's actually the only thing that is 100%.
I think I saw now, I don't know how many times, something with Aranas. What I think of him, I mean, just crazy talented player. Sadly, he's probably only number 5
Yeah.
in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Probably in Europe or US, he would be top 3.
What do you think of that guy, Michael Feliciano, that kind of broke out on the scene the last year and a half?
Crazy, or what was the other guy called? There's also the other guy. Well, was Feliciano in the semifinal in Vietnam or quarterfinal? No,
Feliciano made it to 2 finals in a row.
No, you mean Raga.
No, I'm talking about Feliciano when they did the Philippines, the thing that happened at Sharks, and then the one right after that. Feliciano made it to the finals of both of those events with absolutely monster fields with all you guys and all the Asians.
And then there's also what's he called? Ronnie Bernie. They call it Bernie.
I forget the guy's name. Yeah.
Yeah, Bernie something.
Regalario.
I think I don't know who's playing at the PLP.
That's right. Yeah. The
two
younger
of them,
guy, right?
I think 2 of them play in the PLP. I don't know who.
Yeah, they made it in on the wild card.
Yeah,
the
they
wild
have
card
so
invitation.
many upcoming players. I mean, the way Chua played at the World Cup of Pool last year was just absurd.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
The shots he played. I mean, I don't want a smaller James accomplishment for the tournament, you know.
Yeah.
But it was incredible what Chua did there. I mean, it's also just pure talent. It's incredible. There's someone, Bernie and Feliciano, playing the PLP.
Well, there you go. We're going to watch them in a couple weeks.
It's race to 5, of course. It's a two table setup. It's absolutely crazy what kind of talents they brought into the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting to see how the game is still evolving. It's almost like it's similar, honestly, to the way that that basketball is evolving. Because basketball is now getting to the point where the game is all about just the ridiculous shot making, right? And now that all the players are aware of all the moves and all the players have access to the stuff on the internet, it's just getting to the point where the guys that can do the most ridiculous stuff and the most ridiculous control of the break are the ones that are...
That's a good question about the Koh brothers, because I think Koh Ping Chung has been, I think, in the same situation like I've been. He didn't really have a name or something. He was Lil Koh. He was Koh Ping Yee's brother, you know?
Yeah.
He was actually the bad Koh, you know?
The one that sucked.
Yeah.
No, just to put it harshly. Whoa.
Wow. And he also lost against him a couple of times. I think the first time at the World 10 Ball in the Philippines. But that, I think, made him, I don't know, it gave him the extra boost, I would say, to practice harder, maybe also learn from Koh Ping Yee and make the best out of it, and he definitely did. What a player he is now.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a very, very bad miss.
Yeah, that was
Probably
horribly timed.
I think it would be time for a timeout, I would say.
Oh man, that feeling, man. I mean, I'm just an amateur that hangs out in local tournaments, and I know how that feels right there. But it's got to be tenfold, because now you're getting to the point in the tournament where you're talking about big pay jumps. Big pay jumps. They're guaranteed third place right here. And the difference between like guaranteeing third and guaranteeing second and a real good shot at first is, you're talking about big pay jumps. You're not just talking about a steak dinner,
A good break right
5
there.
on the side, 1 ball on the short rail and manageable.
And you see he also hit it almost that perfect. And you see where the cue ball lands.
Yep.
It's like center of the table, a little bit on the right side.
And about 35% softer than Shane.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What's it like playing Dennis? I have a funny story. I think I didn't play Dennis quite often. But yeah, I mean, obviously, what a player he is. But he was never a big tournament player, I would say.
Yeah.
But I played him at the US International Final, and we were practicing outside of the TV table. and obviously I was practicing 9-ball. He was practicing 10-ball.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Dennis, what the fuck are you doing? And he said, yeah, 9-ball too easy. Wow, another miss. And I ended up winning. I think, honestly, that was the easiest final win I've ever had. Really, he played terrible. I think I won 11-5 or something, 11-4.
You don't think he was fishing?
I don't know.
I don't know if I'd recommend going fishing for Alvin Ocean, but you know what I'm saying? You just said he's more of a gambler than a tournament player.
Yeah, no, it really is. But yeah,
I say that mostly in jest, but who knows what goes on in a grinder's mind like that?
yeah. I mean, it's crazy what he's capable of doing when he's playing a money match for like 100,000,
Yeah.
and what kind of shots he missed for a difference of 10,000 or
Yeah.
5,000, whatever.
Yeah.
That's just incredible.
I know we got a lot of questions coming in on the chat right now about scores and other matches. Let me give you a quick rundown of how things are going in this tournament. As we get down to we're in the final 6 right now. Vitaly Patsura and Billy Thorpe currently at 3-3. I tell you what, Vitaly's matches have been fairly, like I'd say, drawn out in general. Like he's been kind of slowing I don't mean like slowing them down playing slow, but like slowing down his opponents, and a lot of them have been quite tightly contested. Josh Filler, Daniel Maciel streamed on the Windows Open Facebook page. That's at 3-2 in favor of Josh Filler. And then you've got our hot seat match right here. Questions in the chat about who's on the mic. Just in case you're just joining us, we got Alvin Ocean on the side right here. And my name's Collins Newey. Post Up is my stream. I normally stream out of Sacramento in California. I play out of Oscar Dominguez's room, Hard Times Billiards. And I love watching pool, man. Shout out to Alvin Ocean for hanging out for a while. It's fun.
It's a pleasure to meet you, obviously, and be here.
Hiya. 9-ball went high. Both balls went high. 1 ball finds a hole. 2 ball going in the corner. Is it going to fall? Yes, so it takes away the easy
where the
escape.
cue ball is again.
Yeah, cue ball way up on the short rail. And just Shane just staring at the table. He's like, why is that 1 ball going in that hole, man? Why can't the 1 ball just come to the short rail like I want it to? Yep. Meanwhile, Sir Corteza, where'd he go? He's hiding in the back here, looking at the ceiling. The struggle. A couple of misses in this.
Yeah, a lot to think about, especially the 8-ball hurt quite a lot, I would say.
Yeah. Some of the comments are just so brutal.
How was your final against Omar, and what do you think about him? Well, what I think about him, well, I gotta say thank you for playing that 1 ball he played. I don't know if you remember.
I don't recall.
He played a push out, I think on, was it race to 13? I think on 12-10 or something. I played a push out, and it was like obvious safety, you know, really obvious. And the cue ball was frozen on the short rail. The 1 ball was like center table.
Yeah, you're talking about Omar Al Shaheen right now, right?
Yeah,
In
the final.
The final, yeah.
And as I said, it was obvious safety, like very easy. And he tried to play it with like 100 miles.
Oh no.
And go 4 rails to the 2 ball and missed it by a diamond or something. And that was the last wreck. So thanks, Omar, if you're watching. No, he's a great player, but I think you know, you have sometimes you have players that have like a little breakthrough, I would say.
Yep.
But that breakthrough like puts them back for like month or weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen him really playing good anymore, or even playing tournaments. I don't know where he is right now, what he's doing.
He came out to hard time shortly after that and played a set against Oscar. Yeah. I was able to meet him.
I mean, I heard he got so much money for that second place that he was tired of the game for quite a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I couldn't believe when he told me how much he got and how much he would have get if he would have won. He would be over $500,000 or something from government and everything. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Because they do not really have many athletes in Kuwait.
Right.
So they pay them pretty well if they do something good.
Levan's on 2 right now, and Shane's trying to figure out a way to manufacture a tough hit on this 3 ball, but if you leave the 3 close to the rail without cover, it makes it twice as big.
Well, he could actually, I don't know why he's not playing the 3 into the 9. I don't know if it's possible.
And sticking him on the 7?
Ball, yeah. But actually from here it looks like he can play like between maybe 5 and 6. Get cue ball behind the 6. Hard to say. Man, he could
3 ball's likely to get a rail too, so you don't necessarily have to get the cue ball to the rail, depending on how thin you hit it. Hits it thin enough.
So he wants to get the cue ball there.
Oh my, what a shot.
Yeah, that's...
Oh my days. Is the 3 frozen? I'm going to frame it like this. Don't get in the way, Levan. Don't get in the way. I want to see. That's going to do it.
And so we got Shane on the hill.
For that rack to put Shane on the hill, and is Levan breaking? Yeah. Mr. Corteza. Want to give a quick shout out to the event sponsors out here for the US Open events, all 4 of them. We're only getting started, guys. 10 ball finishes tonight. Straight into 8 ball tomorrow over the next 3 days. Then we're going to play some bank pool after that. US Open bank pool. And then into the US Open 1 pocket event. Shout out to Taum of Taum Chalk, Taum Tips, and now the Taum Max Rack template. And Diamond Billiard Products. These beautiful tables that we're playing on right now. If you haven't heard of Diamond, I don't know where you've been. 1 PKT. I'm actually sporting the 1 PKT chess piece shirt right now. There it is. Great brand if you like that game. Fast and Loose Designs for the promotional material for these events. Michelle Griffin, Realtor, for being quite generous in helping Mike and I with some of our travel costs. And Premier Billiards, if you need any billiard supplies of your own, check them out. And of course, the Goliath name of Q-Tech as the title sponsor for the event. Thank you so much for to all the sponsors. I probably dogged it on that transition, guys. Yeah, I dogged it. Sorry.
I haven't seen it now, but I think he missed the 1 ball to the side.
Was he shooting at it to go in the side, or was he playing safe?
No, I think he played it with inside.
I dogged it, guys. I'm sorry. The 1 passes the 8 here, I think. Just barely. Doesn't look like he's playing it, though. Maybe it doesn't pass.
How heavy my cue is, honestly, I cannot really tell. I play with the extension, but without, it's 17.5 ounce. How much I'm practicing kicking? I think almost daily.
What do you do to practice kicking? What do you do specifically? Do you work with kicking systems, or do you just set up shots?
Well, I got you have 2 balls. You got the cue ball. You got 2 balls. You set up 1 ball on the spot, and you have 2 balls you place anywhere on the table, and you try to play safety behind them. You start with the cue ball behind the line, and those 2 balls you place wherever you want, and you try to play safety behind them with the ball that's on the spot. You got me?
Okay, so yeah. So imagine you take cue ball in hand in the kitchen.
Yes.
You have a ball in the spot where the 10 is right now.
And you have 2 balls.
You place two balls anywhere on the table. You're trying to then contact off the ball on the spot and get safe on that ball, so that ball is split.
But minimum of 2 rails.
Minimum of 2 rails. Cue ball after contact with the ball on the spot.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you do it 5 times, you take 1 ball away. So you only play safety behind 1 ball.
If you do it 5 times in a row?
In a row.
Okay. And how many times have you done it in a row once you've gotten down to 1 ball?
I think my record is somewhere 18.
Good Lord.
And, well, sometimes I cannot make 7.
Sure.
But
that's pool, baby. That is pool.
Yeah, I think it's a huge part of the game. Honestly, I think in pool, in my opinion, pool is top 3 toughest sports in the world, especially on a pro level.
Yes, it has to be.
Because the level is just incredible, and I think it gets better and better every year. You have so many new players that come and have like a breakthrough, like Maciel. Out of nowhere, he has been, I don't know, in every second tournament he was in quarterfinal, whatever. He's playing so smooth, easy, fast, also great shooter.
I had no idea. The way he approaches the ball, he looks like one of the slower, more deliberate players.
Yeah.
But when he's feeling good, he's got a rhythm that is like...
And there are so many players that enter the top players. You know, every year, like 5, or Claudio Cacci, all of a sudden he beat everyone at the Spanish Open.
Yeah.
And Spanish Open was one of the toughest tournaments I played because of the humidity, and the conditions and everything. So I think there are probably 50 players that can play on the same level.
Yeah.
But in the end, it's only either defensive game, jump, obviously the break, or just the mentality. And I don't think that there are so many sports where you can say that there are really 50 players almost on the same level.
Yeah.
Where just very small things depend who's going to win.
Well, but that's the difference of the game, and the thing that I was talking about, I don't know if it was with you or with Mike, but just the fact that it's played on such a small surface, right? And there's so many variables that there has to be such a small difference between what separates the players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like golf where, this is the analogy that I always bring up. You're never going to be playing a par 5 against your opponent, and you just chip it up on the green like 3 feet from the hole, and it's beautiful. And then the next time you come up, you go for the putt, you miss it, and the other guy wins.
Yeah.
Because of that shot. You know what I mean? They still have to get to the green. It's a very interesting game in that regard, especially with the level of play.
So it looks like Shane got it.
Yeah, he made an incredible jump carom. Did you see that where he jumped and then carom the 6 ball? And perfect. Touch straight. Not like it's a problem for you guys. Why don't you just punch it to the rail and create the angle yourself?
All right, we got Shane in the final, right?
Shane in the final. All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys... I'm not even going to bring up a vote, actually, because if you want to watch the match between Daniel Maciel and... brain fart, who he's playing.
Josh.
Oh, Josh Filler, yeah. If you want to see that match, you got to watch it on Windows Open. It's currently tied at 4-4. We are going to go slide on over to the Vitaly Patsura Billy Thorpe match, which is really interesting, actually, that matchup. And the current score is sitting at 4-3 in favor of Billy Thorpe. No, Vitaly Patsura. My apologies. Boom.